Okay, so this is 35 where they want us just to state the zeros and tell whether it crosses or bounces. We talked about that with problem 36, right? So notice how x minus 2 has a 5 power on it. Whenever you have an odd power, you know it's going to cross. So long story short, the x minus 2 means we have a root at positive 2, and we know it's going to slash through it. So we have a 0 at 2. We know it's going to cross. All right. The x plus 2, again, what does that really mean is negative 2. Plus 2 is 0. So over here at negative 2, again, we know it's going to cross through. Now, what about the x minus 4 squared? Well, the x minus 4 is telling us our root is positive 4. Because it's squared, we know it's going to bounce. Okay? Now, how do we know how the graph goes? We would need to do a sine line, or whatever they call it, right? To figure out whether it's going up, down, or whatever. But basically, the answer to the question is we have a root at negative 2, positive 2, and 4. We know at negative 2 and 2, because of the odd powers, it's going to slash through. And the 4, because of the even power, means it's going to either come down and bounce like that, or if it's coming from this direction, it's going to touch up and go back down like that. Okay. On number 34, again, piecewise function, f of 3, well, we got to make sure. Notice here, that's a less than. We do not want to use that there. But the 3 means we're going to put 3 in here because this is the one that says greater than or equal to 3. So long story short, it's 2 times. Oh, we already did this one before in the last thing, didn't we? So we get 6 plus 3, which is 9. All right. Now, what about f of 1? Well, 1 is between 0 and 3, so we know that's just simply 4. What about f of negative 2? Well, negative 2 is less than or equal to 0, so we're going to plug it in here. Now, be careful of the negative. What does negative 2 to the 3 mean? Negative 2 times negative 2 times negative 2, which is negative 8. But again, the key thing with these piecewise functions is you focus carefully on the domain intervals there. Okay, and I think we talked about that in a previous video as well. Okay, finally 33, interval notation. Well, notice how we have is that an open circle or solid dot there? It looks like it's colored in. So I'm going to do both versions. So let's say it's open circle, open circle. I'm going to do parentheses, negative 4, comma 2. This means basically x is between 2 and negative 4. This is interval notation. This is regular notation, I guess. Now, what happens if that's a solid dot right there? If that's a solid dot, then I'm going to do square bracket negative 4 to 2, right? That is still an open circle for sure. And this means x is between 2 and negative 4, but the solid dot means it also could equal 2. And that's what we symbolize with that bracket.